In this remote corner of northeastern Montana, clouds of suspicion had settled over a number of women in the decade since the murder of Kim Neese. And now investigators for Barry Beach, the Poplar man who'd served nearly 24 years in prison for the murder, were seeding those clouds anew, riding into town, naming these same women as the real killers. And one name in particular had come up again and again, the alleged ringleader, Sissy Atkinson. What might she have to say about the allegations all these years later?
I had no knowledge of it. I was not there. I had no participation in it.
This is Sissy Atkinson, 51 years old in 2007 when we sat down with her. An addict, admittedly, cocaine, meth, painkillers. And she was, perhaps understandably, not entirely happy about still facing questions from us, or Centurion, about this murder more than 3 decades ago.
I told those ministry guys, I said, when we all die and go to heaven, and you guys find out that I had no knowledge of it, I was not there, I had no participation in it, I don't know who did it, I hope you guys will be gentlemen enough to come and find me in heaven and tell me you're sorry.
In fact, said Sissy, on the night of the murder, she was indeed with that group of girls, the subjects of the rumor, but she said that after buying beer for some underage teens at a local bar, and then the police coming by, she made a request to one of the girls.
So I said, could you please take me home? You know, I don't want to be caught for contributing. She drove me to my home, and I went in, and I went to bed.
So you were in bed by when that night? Do you remember?
Oh, 11.
11 o'clock
Yeah.
at night?
Mm-hmm.
Who can back up that alibi?
Well, nobody. My mom's not here no more. And I lived with my mom, just me and my mom and baby.
You know, we've heard from maybe, I don't know, half a dozen people who put you there that night.
No,
Not possible.
not possible whatsoever. It would make me go crazy if I knew that.
Well, that's the allegation, that it kind of did over the years, that maybe the reason why you've had trouble with drugs is
Oh,
because...
no, there's different reasons.
Why
I'm
would
not
why
gonna
would we have
disclose
witnesses
that.
who say that you said a few years after the murder that you got away with the perfect crime?
No, and that never ever came out of my mouth. Never.
But what would Sissy Atkinson say when she learned that one of her accusers was her own flesh and blood? Why would your own brother say that you started to tell him about how you were involved in that?
What brother?
J.D.
JD, no, I don't even know what he's talking about. I've never talked to him about that, ever.
Well, as you've seen, that's not what J.D. Atkinson told us during our interview at the Montana State Prison. So we played the interview for his sister. How much did she get out before she dropped off?
Well, just that one of them girls come running around the pickup with a crescent wrench. In my own mind, I think Kim Neese is looking over Sissy's shoulder all the time.
I'm really going to confront him on this because he's tripping.
Is it possible that it's blocked somehow?
In my mind?
Yeah.
No. I've got a very, very good memory.
I don't want to be cruel when I say this, but if you do have a really good memory, you're probably the only addict on the face of the earth that does. What is it going to take to stop the whispers?
I don't know. I don't care because I'm not involved. Let them talk all they want.
And in fact, there is no physical evidence linking Sissy Atkinson to the crime scene. That bloody palm print, not hers. No fingerprints either.
I have been cleared of everything, my handprint, everything. If I was down there, I'm sure they would have found some kind of DNA on me. Something. After our interview with Sissy, we went looking for more of those girls, now women, whom witnesses have placed at the scene. Another name that comes up again and again is Maud Greyhawk. We tried repeatedly to reach her, but could not. And a third name is Joanne Jackson. Like Sissy, Joanne says she was home, in bed, hours before the murder.
I don't have any reason to be implicated in this whatsoever. I went home, I talked to my mother.
Do you know what time of night that was?
Around 11 o'clock.
And after that, you have no idea what happened?
No.
Joanne Jackson's fingerprints and palm prints have also been compared to those left at the scene. No match. Yet there are several others, Centurion says, at least 4 women and 2 men, who might have been there, whose prints have never been compared.
A lot of kids were home by 11 o'clock that night, it turns out.
Well, I don't know why. I just don't understand. Because my sister was with me, and that's the weird thing. They must have questioned her 10,000 times too, and she said the same thing.
So where does all this leave Barry Beach? What is the truth? Well, Centurion's investigation would soon lead to something Beach had been seeking for decades. A remarkable hearing, unlike any ever held before in the state of Montana, maybe in all the United States. A new trial, of sorts. And yes, a shot at freedom.
Coming up, Great Expectations.
You've got this sort of shine in your eyes.
You really think you're going to get out of here?
Yes, sir.
When Dateline continues.